Welcome to Master the Game. We are mini painting tonight. Obviously, Paula started this last week. We're going to be finishing our Cavern Encounters table. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be a D100 table. So if you're interested in the PDF download when we are done, well, you better go and become a patron. $1. $1 a month will get you that PDF, as well as all the other PDFs.
It's your pathway to D&D tables. I don't
Right.
know.
It's probably going to be one of your more used random tables for sure, because it's a Cavern encounter table. But it's not your typical one. It's got more than just monsters. It's got random stuff. So, and we'll get to that in just a moment.
It's a wild table.
It is. We still got to do a wild magic one eventually.
Oh, that's a good one.
So let me promote the link a little bit, see if we can get a couple more people here, and then I will get into the table and tell you where we're at. And Paula can tell you what she's doing over there if she wants.
You know what? I don't even know what I'm doing over here right now. I guess I'm trying to make it a little bit more red. It was looking kind of orange, I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
So it was having some issues. Too orange. But the weird part is that I'm going to add red and then I'm going to add orange. So I'm still going to add orange, but...
Yeah, orange is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll end up being fine, but I want it to look like it's supposed to be a red dragon.
I agree. I'm with you.
You know? I don't want it to look like a bright orange dragon.
Correct.
So.
I agree.
It's going to be okay. This is actually better than what I thought this looked last time.
Why is that? It doesn't.
I don't know.
It looks really good.
Sometimes it's just like you're painting something and then you're like, this is all falling apart. You know, and you're like, this is not working, nothing's happening, I don't even know what I'm doing with my life right now, and then you just walk away from it, and you come back, and you're like, you know what?
Maybe it was
doesn't
wet paint.
look that bad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you were just too close to it, so I don't know. That doesn't happen to you with things?
No, not really.
Where you're like, all of it sucks, and then you come back, and then you're like, you know what, actually...
I mean, I do that.
Actually, maybe it wasn't so bad.
All I think that is proof that you are very critical of yourself. That's what I think it is. That's all I think it is. Because I do the same thing. Like, I'll prep for a game. If I do it more than a couple days ahead, I have too much time to think, and I will sit there and go, nope, this prep sucks, and I throw it all out, even if I've only got an hour till game time, and then I try to come up with something quick. I do it every time. That's why I can't.
You know what?
Super far in advance.
That's true. That's not. I mean, I've done that before, where I was like, oh, I had this great thing going on,
mm-hmm.
and then you're like, you leave it for a minute, and then you're like, wait, the whole entire thing is garbage.
Right.
I'm not gonna do it. And then 20 minutes before people are supposed to show up, you're just like, you know what? Screw the whole thing. You guys are gonna run into a cultist lair for no apparent reason.
Yeah, no, I get that. First of all, Dwayne,
like,
good to see you, buddy.
Scrap the whole thing.
It's been a minute. But yeah, no, I'm super self-critical of everything I do. Like, everything. It doesn't matter. Like, if it's miniature painting, if it's prep, if it's a video I've worked on. Like, I'm somebody who is always looking for approval from, like, another couple people before I actually feel good about something. It's hard for me when I edit a video, for example, to say, okay, I'm putting it up. Because I always think they suck. Always. It's very rare that I'll go into it and I'm like, no, that's a good video. And, like, the other thing, too, I think also...
Is it just because people in general are more critical of themselves?
I don't know.
Or do you think it's just us?
No, I think a lot of people are. But, like, so even with that, right, sometimes because I'm so critical and I think it sucks, I go, it's good enough, and I probably cut myself short when I could have done a few more things to actually make it good or better. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's never going to
Right.
be what I want, so it's just good enough, right? So that's not the right way to handle it either. But I do that.
I get that.
It's like I don't really want to say it's an insecurity. I think it's just being overly critical is all. Because I don't think I'm necessarily insecure about it. I just think, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down on what my stuff is. So, hey, look, Peter's here. So, Peter, I did not make it through your whole video, by the way. Time ran out, but I did watch quite a bit.
Are you playing Astrid Live? Oh, that was so sad.
It was so great.
It was so sad, but you know what? I have high hopes for my new character.
There you go. There you go.
High hopes. With my 3 hit points.
Are they strong hit points or weak hit points?
Oh no, they are strong hit points,
okay.
and
They're still not as strong as
I've
my
got
hit
like
points.
an AC of 5. Like I'm set. It's gonna go real well for me.
Dwayne says I'm super critical of myself. It's not that I expect perfection, but I'd rather things more closer to perfect rather than farther. Yes, I'm with you, man. O'Neill Flynn, that's why I never want to be a GM. I'm too critical of myself. Well, that's why, so for me, I just, nowadays, if I can, if it's the day of the game, that's when I wait to do my prep. One, I don't forget my ideas then. And then, obviously, it's not a lot of time to prep, unfortunately. And I don't remember the previous session, so I always start my prep by watching my previous session.
Yeah, you do a good job of that.
Watching the previous, I have to.
You know everything that happened. You know, not that.
Yeah.
Like,
only because I have to, though. I have to do it that way.
Yeah, but like sometimes I feel like, you know, I forget details of what happened.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. I forget a lot about what happened in games.
I bet you didn't even remember which random roll table we were working on.
Sure didn't. I was wondering what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's...
So, but I'm also an Enneagram 1.
Oh, yeah. What am I again?
And those are perfectionists.
I forget what I am.
You're a 9.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what that means.
It's like a peacekeeper.
It's different than the DS...
Or something.
The disc
the
test?
disc test?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's different.
It's different. The disc one was spot on with me when I read the 65 pages thing about me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is one almost spot on with me.
Isn't that where it's like dominant?
It's your work style and stuff. It's like if you're, yeah.
Yeah, so I know I'm dominant, and then there's like another, I think. Like,
I don't remember what my results were.
I think that was my highest, and then there's, I don't know, I have to look it up.
Right. Dwayne says the best way to GM when you're critical is to find one good friend and GM a solo game. It takes the stress right out of it. That's why I GM my son. He's not picky. So for me, again, I just think you can't overthink it. You just got to go loose. That's why I prep the same day I run. Sometimes I'll do it the previous day. Previous day works okay too. It's when I try to prep like a week in advance or 2 weeks in advance, that just is never a good idea. Like I used to, after a game session, try to start my prep for the next session. But I found that I always ended up scrapping what I came up with.
Yeah, it never really quite works out. That's a good
Yeah.
point. I didn't really think about that.
Because remember how I used to stay up like 3 hours after a game?
So, you know
and prep?
why? Okay, so, fun fact. So, I watched this TED Talk one time, right? And the guy was talking about procrastinating and how procrastinators sometimes have better ideas and better execution than people who procrastinate.
Oh, I'm totally that too.
And sometimes they actually have better ideas and better execution because they
We're
knew
improvising?
about it. No, they knew about
Exercising their
it
brain?
in the beginning. And they spend the majority of their time thinking about what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, what's going to happen, and how it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
That when they actually go to do it, they've like already streamlined the process.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas people who start early sometimes spend more time working on it because they haven't really thought through the entire process and everything that really needs to be done.
Gotcha.
But that was just some dude on a TED Talk. I don't remember who he was. So
Dwayne says, look at this live stream. We can hear you both. You're having good discussion. We can see what you're painting. And it's in focus. You guys are winning here. Thanks, Dwayne.
You know what? I appreciate that. Sometimes it's just,
We try. Every now and then we get it almost right.
That's really orange.
What's orange?
Ooh, that's like neon orange.
Oh, the
I almost
paint you just
painted
used?
that neon orange.
Ian Drake says he's been meaning to watch that TED Talk. There's so many TED Talks.
Yeah, so we have a TED Talk Tuesday at my work. Usually we would get together in this big room that we would have and listen to a TED Talk. But now they just send out the video. So a lot of times I don't really listen to it. Because too many things are happening. But,
I'm sharing
there are some good ones.
the chart right now, by the way. So if you guys want to see it, those are the last few that we came up with last time.
So we're on number 59. I'm not even gonna know what we did.
Okay. You're fine.
So that I
Do your thing.
know what
Don't worry about it. So I'll read the last few, so you don't have to. You can just keep painting. I'll switch it back once you actually start painting again.
I'm
No, you're
working
good.
on
You're
things.
good.
I'm making colors.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Oh, you're holding it off camera. You're gonna make Dwayne upset.
Oh crap! I was doing so good there for a second.
Dwayne says, a friend of mine doesn't think about things. If we were talking about each painting a room, she'd pick up paint on the way home and do it that night. I'd think about what I was going to do. Oh, yeah, I think about it too. And I plan out furniture placement and everything before I buy it. I'm weird about it. All right, so here's what I got. I'll read the last few. Starting with 53. Mushroom creatures wielding spears attack on sight.
Wow, we were doing really well at that point.
Yep.
Mushroom people.
Well, that'd be like the what are they called? The myconids, basically, if it's D&D. 54. Fish creatures that seemingly breathe air are racing on giant frogs as other fish creatures are cheering them on. So basically, the idea would be that the players probably stumble upon this somehow, and then it's
in a
what happens from
cavern.
there. Yes.
This is a wild place.
No,
you guys.
so what is it in D&D? They're the Koatua or whatever, however you say it. They're underground. They're in the Underdark.
Yeah, but
they're
they're
fish
having
people.
a race.
I mean, it's a civilized, it's a city typically. They live in pretty well-established settlements like Drow and Durgar and dwarves and stuff.
Okay.
Anyways, the next one was rock monsters that appear to be stalactites and stalagmites ambush the party in this cavern. Number 56, another party of adventurers going the opposite direction. 57, a bunch of spoiled rotten food is on a crude table, but there is one delicious looking full pie that is still warm. If eaten, the characters begin to list off a sequence of numbers. This effect wears off within a couple of days.
Wow, that one's rough. You have to list off numbers for a couple
An
of days.
oddly
What are they gonna
specific
do?
sequence of numbers. I just added that. Then 58 was an ancient goblin monk who speaks about force and all connecting energies.
Okay.
That was the last one
That
we
was
got.
as far as we got?
Yeah.
Did we do any phantoms or something?
I think we tried
are
ghosts
any
a few times.
ghosts?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Army of skeletons, kobold, creature with many eyes, injured old man, glowing green fungus, hobgoblin, armory, magical bird cage, a dragon. I guess a ghost child that wants to play hide and seek.
Okay.
A magic circle that glows as you approach it. A hydra with wings. Yeah. Anyways, those are some
Wow,
good ones.
definitely don't roll on this table for every.
Why? A lot of stuff is weak, actually.
For every like room in the cavern, because it's gonna be a wild ride if you do that.
Dwayne says 3 months later I'd paint the room, but she'd have tried 7 different color, painting over and over again. Sudra says this one is mine. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
Yeah,
so
I would spend a long time picking out a color of paint.
59. Let's say a wyvern or drake is curled up trying to keep warm.
Okay, what about a nest?
We did nests, didn't we?
Did we do a nest?
I think we did.
With gray chickens?
Yes, we did the gray chickens. The 5 gray chickens that are protecting their nest of eggs. The eggs are extremely delicious and have special properties to them.
Okay. I don't remember things.
You should remember these things.
Well,
Jeez.
I don't know.
Ooh. Okay, this is inspiration from Peter's character. A necklace is on a necklace on a hook in a pillar is being worshipped by tiny little humanoid creatures.
Paintbrush is rough.
Would they serve anyone who can wear it? Or who can... Yeah.
You don't say that.
That's just a question at the end. Would they serve anyone who wears it? Would they attack on sight? There we go. Just got to throw out a couple ideas, that's all. Just being a little extra helpful on that one. Sudra says, I have another guy tentacled by aboleth. They lose their skin and needs to be in water. Wants party to help him get to surface lake. Peter, I don't like that one. I would use an aboleth.
I think that's too much for a cavern. Or for a cave encounter. Like,
you could find water in a cave, though.
I guess you could.
It just forces you to make that feature. But I don't think
that's great.
So Peter says a passageway leads to another cave that looks identical. The party noticed skeletons on floor wearing the party's identical gear. Oh, I like that.
That's awesome.
I do like that.
I should have painted the eye first. Is this open? This eye looks like it's supposed to be open. Just a little bit. Do you think so?
I don't know. Does it look open or does it look closed?
It looks open. But I don't want it to be open. I don't want to... Alright. What are you over there typing?
The same thing that Peter just said, basically. So I said a passageway leads to another cavern complex that looks identical to the one the party is in. There are skeletons on the floor wearing the party's identical gear. It's basically it's anything fantasy. So no, not just 5e. You can use this for like Pathfinder. You can use this for old school D&D. You can use it for anything. And that's why I'm trying to avoid some of the trademark terms. Like, there's no beholder on here. And there's no aboleth. There's no... I don't know. We said fish creatures. We said mushroom creatures on purpose. So, any fantasy RPG. 62. A letter that wishes they could be home for the holidays. It never...
The letter? They just open the door and see a letter?
Sorry.
Like you could have
no,
a
no, no,
desk.
no, no. Not
What
open
are
a
you
door.
talking about?
A letter. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted that.
What are you talking about?
That says, I wish I could be home for the holiday.
That's
Hang on. Yes, that is what it says. So, like, you're in a cavern. I don't care if it's on a skeleton or what, but there's just a letter.
That's like an item though, not an encounter.
Yes, but it can lead to an encounter. One,
Yeah,
it could just be a mimic. Two,
feel like
it could be the whole
like
encounter.
An item.
Yes, it is. We've done it with other shit in this.
No, we didn't.
Yes,
we
we
do
did.
items.
There
that's
are
like
items
an
in here.
Item. What are you talking about?
We have stuff on here that's just an item.
Like what?
Let me go back and look, because it's not just monsters.
What are you talking about?
A vibrant garden that must not need sunlight for the plants to grow.
Yeah,
that's
but that's
not
a
an encounter
room.
either.
No, but that's like what the room looks like.
Maybe, or maybe it's a patch. It doesn't have to necessarily be the whole room. It's not like you open a door necessarily.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
Know.
The magical bird cage was kind of an encounter.
I don't know.
I think
Should
it's
it
fine.
Be like
No, because so here's what I was gonna say though. So a letter that says, "I wish I could be home for the holiday," and then it says, not that it says, it never got to its destination. So maybe the player picks it up and that's like a new side quest thing.
I don't know about that one.
I'll leave it for now. I like it. Maybe kobolds, little drake guys. I don't think kobolds are trademarked either. They're in multiple game systems. Guarding, especially since it just means goblin in German or something. Guarding dragonborn eggs to raise them as fighter for their tribe. Like a kobold nest. It's very much like what we just dealt with on Tuesday. All right, I'll do it. A kobold nest.
Having
with
flashbacks now.
Strange eggs that are not normal kobold eggs. Clearly, they are guarding them and trying to keep them warm. That is a Reaper Bones miniature right there. Thanks for joining us. Aber2 Bro 2. Bro 3. I don't know.
Oh, I like that one.
The Echo eventually returns.
Yeah. I also
Large
think
cavern and
I
one
think
party
he's right
yells
too.
to
We
hear
don't
it.
have a mimic.
We have not done a mimic? I don't think we have yet.
No, we haven't done a mimic.
We'll come up with one here in a minute. Turns, but is a strange demonic voice. I like that.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's our option. The PCs enter the cavern and it collapses. They're all dead. I love it. A large cavern. So what if the party never yells, though? They'll never get to experience it.
Yeah, but you would hear it
Makes
like
loud noises. No.
echo.
I'll just
No,
say when the
even-
party speaks.
Yeah, or I was gonna say
They
even
can
when speaking
hear-
quietly.
An echo. The echo eventually returns, but in a strange, demonic voice. I like that. Paints. We use, well, most of it's like Craftsmart or something? Most of it.
It's just like some of it's cheap, like craft paint.
Some of it's a little, not much is better,
Or,
but
like there's some couple like fluid acrylics. There's some art paint. There's some, yeah, mostly just cheap paint.
with murder holes in the ceiling. So we did talk about doing something with the chasm. I mean, that's basically what that would be.
If you did that though, you should do something.
Something has to make it different though.
Like, so you're talking about a chasm.
He's
and
saying
they're
like
at
a
the
broken
top.
bridge.
So I was thinking a chasm and they're at the bottom. Like they come through a cave and like the ceiling opens up all the way to the sky with like sheer cliff edges.
I mean, I like that.
With large nests perched along them. Right? Sorry, there were lots of hand motions happening.
Yeah, you could do like multiple, like on the walls, though, multiple nests are kind of spread out or something so I could see them.
Yeah.
Could
just say they're like scattered around.
Could just say nests. We don't even need to elaborate on it, right?
Yeah.
No Warhammer or Vallejo paints.
Mm-mm.
We do not have any of those.
Hey, speak of.
Maybe one day, though. Bill!
Speaking of OSR options.
Rocks fall, everybody dies. Okay. So you want to do something with the chasm?
Oh, so I was thinking, yeah, like a chasm, but like you're at the bottom. I don't know if that's the right word for it, though.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of a valley, basically.
Yeah. With sheer rock walls on both sides. But then, like, there are nests perched.
An opening leads to a valley with, would you say sheer rock wall? What would you say?
Sheer rock walls on both sides.
And
with occasional nests.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna say and nests embedded in the walls.
So most of
sporadically.
The paint that we're using is a combination of stuff that we get for like home craft projects and like art paint I had from college. So it's very. Well, I guess it's not that old, but I didn't buy it yesterday.
I do want to do something about the wall. The cavern collapses now, though. Let's do something with that. So,
I mean, maybe that's like number 100 is just a GPK.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't. You don't
a
roll
lot
it.
of damage. Don't even say it's TPK. Just say a lot of damage is done.
How about like the opening collapses behind them?
Once the party all enters the room, shortly after
Well, you said
the opening.
That's a little repetitive, but
Okay, when the party all enters the room, shortly after the opening.
you don't need shortly after. You already said when the party enters the room, right?
It's two different things. You
Or
have
you should say the shortly after the party enters the room.
the
then.
full party.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like.
You're a better writer than me. Shortly after the whole party enters the room,
The opening collapses.
the cavern,
The entrance.
entryway
Collapses. Yeah.
collapses. All right, we need the mimic. Where would a mimic? And it doesn't have to be a chest. It could be anything, right? Like I've seen table ones that are pretty cool. In fact,
I've seen
the Zealot miniatures ones are kind of cool.
I've done a
barrel,
rug one. Those are
cloakers.
great. Oh,
Or
okay.
rug of
we
smothering.
can do that.
Oh, I guess you could have a mimic rug as well. Have you seen gold coin mimics?
No.
I've seen that in something recently. Apparently it was Victor's fault. Oh, yeah, it was Victor's fault, man. It's Victor's fault your Astrid died.
Oh,
What
yeah,
kind of
because he
miniatures
didn't
do you like
see
to paint
the
the most, Paula?
email. What type of miniatures do I like to paint the most? I like to paint these ones the most.
The Whiz Kids.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you're not holding it all on.
Oh, sorry. I like to paint these like the Whiz Kids miniatures.
I mean,
Apparently, I can't even open it.
you don't need to open it. It's not that big a deal. They know what you're talking about.
So these are the ones I like to paint the most. I think because they have a decent amount of detail, but usually it's a good like action.
They're pre-primered too, which is nice.
Yeah. It's usually a good action pose.
So.
And the edges are pretty clean on them.
I feel like a mimic should be in a place that has a lot of stuff. Like maybe a hoard of treasure, or a pile of stuff. You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah, you could do an armory. You can do just like
we've already done an armory. We've already done
maybe it's
that.
like a kitchen area
We
or
did that
something
kitchen
like
with
that.
that
We
food
did
or
a
something.
kitchen.
Yeah, with that food on the table.
So maybe it should just be a storeroom.
And it's just a crate mimic?
Yeah, they're just gonna go through and open up all the crap and try and find stuff and, you know.
A crate mimic.
Especially if you have a heavier, like, resource game where people, like, really pay attention to resources, then you're always, like, wonder if there are any rations in here.
How about this? A few crate mimics. So there's more than one.
A few?
Yeah. Are in the back of a storage room. Surrounded by other crates. Open supplies. And even a few weapons. In the corner lies, gotta have some kind of clue, right? A skeleton in commoner clothes. There we go. There's our clue. A mimic could be. Why not? But I would rather use the...
We could do flying swords.
Oh, flying swords is always good.
That's always a nice one.
Flying weapons. Let's just say all sorts of weapons. Just say flying weapon adversaries. Attack. So okay,
I'm making an assumption in our Back Me game with my new character that you can sneak attack with any small weapon.
Okay.
Right?
You should look up sneak attack rules.
Shouldn't you be able to?
I think you just need to look up sneak attack rules.
I think so.
Bill could just tell you.
I chose a hand axe because I feel like it's an underutilized option.
I like it.
And like, so why not?
Do you paint
Right.
Marvel miniatures? Not yet. Maybe one day.
Marvel miniatures?
Yeah.
Oh, like the Marvel characters?
Well, like they have the
Or,
things that we get for
like-
Caleb. Yeah, you could
Oh!
do something like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, we've never seen like any unpainted Marvel miniatures. No, we pretty much do stuff for our tabletop RPG games, and we mostly play fantasy.
You know
games.
what? I should paint a couple of those for him for
There's not enough time.
Christmas.
And
I
you-
could do
and
some of
you'd have-
those really quick, don't you think?
No, and I don't think it's worth it because he's just gonna rub it off when he plays it within the first time he
Yeah,
plays.
but he would be so excited about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's no bang for your buck. I think if anything, his treasure chest.
Oh yes, I thought about
Should be
that. I
done.
should do that.
Mhm.
I need to get like something to go
Gold
on
coins
it
from the dollar store. Just
or
fill it with gold
whatever.
coins.
I thought about we should actually get one of those for Lily for like her Barbie clothes.
They're kind of expensive.
You don't think that'd be a good idea?
No,
for Barbie
I mean,
clothes?
no. Does she need the theme of the treasure
I guess-
chest?
No.
I think you would do better
just
buying
thought-
something else for
Okay.
less, because it's not the highest quality wood. It's probably gonna break.
Should I get some more of those art bins? That
I don't
big
know.
plastic
For Lily?
thing she has. Anyway,
We'll talk about that
figure it
some
out
other
later. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Party enters an armory. All sorts of flying weapon adversaries attack once they approach the racks of weapons.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Barrel of wine with a hallucinogenic effect.
Oh, that's a good one.
I do
One-handed
like that.
melee weapon. See, that's what I thought.
That's it. That's a simple rule.
So I could have chose. What you're saying is I could have chose
Longsword.
a longsword.
I mean, they're not called long swords. They're just called normal swords. Apparently,
It's just a sword.
there's short swords, and then there's just swords, and then there's bastard swords and stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah. Gosh, Paula, you haven't read the full Rule Cyclopedia PDF since I sent it to you at 8 p.m. last night, right before our game? Actually, I sent it to you a couple months ago and made you go find it. Even better. Okay. Number 69, just like this, episode 69 of Miniature Painting with Paula.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've actually done 71, but I screwed up numbers on 2 of them, and I never went back to, like, fix the sequence.
Oh, so there's like two
There's two
episode 14s or something?
that didn't have numbers, I think. And I started doing numbers again or something. It's around there. It was like around like number 14 or something, too. But yeah. So there's 2 mystery episodes, I guess.
There's
Two unnumbered.
There's 2 bonus episodes.
Yeah, 2 bonus episodes. We'll just call it that. Anyways. I don't know.
Weren't we just saying that we should do something else?
I forgot what we were saying. Oh, the wine thing.
Oh, the hallucinogenic
A
wine.
dwarven wine cellar is found with a trove of barrels filled with delicious dwarven wine. Yes, I know that's kind of
A wine that
opposite.
makes them hallucinate for 1 to 6 hours.
Once-
Or 1 to 4 hours or something.
anyone who
Once ingested.
sips. Yeah.
Once ingested.
Yeah. Hallucinogenic visions happen within 5 minutes. Lasts for 4 hours. If your illusions last for more than 4 hours, go see a doctor. Number 70. Another party battling kobolds that are frozen in time.
This is like Frozen 2?
So they're like stuck, like it's almost like it's on pause. Like they're not like frozen, they're literally like paused. But they're not statues or anything.
You could do statues of soldiers. This could be like some you know, like, I don't know, what is that, Sun Tzu's Academy or something like that?
Oh, the thousands upon thousands of stone statues that were underground?
Yeah.
Statues of an adventuring party facing off with statues of humanoid monsters. Multi-level marketing.
Oh my gosh.
No. I do like the paw. I kind of like the paw.
But have you tried those nail wraps, B and Drake? I'm just saying, they're great.
No. Don't you put music background? No. I don't think I've ever done music in the background. I would like to, but my computer can't handle it, unfortunately. I mean, it might be able to, but I don't want to risk it.
Plus, then we'd fight over what type of music was going on in the background.
No, and it'd have to be something open source, or I couldn't play it.
And we would have
there would be no choice.
There'd be a strong disagreement, though, even between that.
No, there wouldn't.
Yes, there would.
You know why there wouldn't? Because we wouldn't hear it.
We
We wouldn't hear it. It'd be playing through there.
Oh, yeah, but we'd still disagree.
There'd be nothing to disagree about.
You
don't set up the stream. You don't set up the stream. So, yeah.
Look. I don't think you understand how the sweatshop works.
Oh, it works.
Okay.
That's what matters.
Like, there are demands that I have, you know?
Half-eaten chicken salad sandwich. LBJ steps in and picks it up and eats it. Yeah, it would be it wouldn't be it's just elevator music in the background. No words. Can't have any words. But no, we do not do music, unfortunately. 71. Number 71. Let's come up. Oh. A giant snake. The size of the tunnels is found. Do snakes sleep?
I mean, technically.
They just sleep with their eyes open? Actually, I think so do crocodiles, technically. Because they got like that double eyelid thing. Anyways, a giant snake the size of the tunnels is found in a larger cavern. Coiled up. You don't see its head, though. So, well, the head is out of sight.
The head is out of sight?
Yeah, so like I'm just thinking like maybe it's... So if you walk into a cavern and you see a snake all coiled up, but you don't know where its head is, like it's hidden kind of. Like, I don't know. I thought that might be good. Especially since it's kind of like foreshadowing that, oh, well, the head could come through the tunnel behind you kind of thing because it's the same size as the tunnels.
Oh, you think so?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to word that in a short way.
Oh, it's just got like everywhere. There's just extra sparkle now.
What is our favorite song? I don't know if I have... Snake is also very chatty if it wakes up.
What is my favorite song?
I don't have a favorite song off the top of my head. Like, I couldn't even try to narrow it down.
You couldn't even try? You couldn't even be like, okay, this is my favorite band. And when this song comes on, you know? You can't do that?
What?
Like, what's your favorite band?
I don't think I could say that either.
You couldn't pick a favorite band?
Like right now, like in high school, like in I've got different time periods too. Like,
right now,
right this moment.
Right
so,
now,
like,
what is
changes.
your favorite band? You don't even know?
Favorite? Well, okay, band is very specific.
Favorite band.
Band means
musician.
people who play instruments.
Oh my gosh.
I like Tech Nine a lot. If I had to pick one thing, I'd probably choose Tech Nine right now. Yeah, but I can't listen to that around you guys.
So
like the kids.
to give you an idea of the disagreement we would have in favorite bands, his is currently Tech Nine, and my favorite band is Pink Floyd. So that's the extreme opposition we're having. Music
so here's the other thing.
Household.
So here's the other. No, because
a cute puppy.
Yeah, I already got that. I already started it. Stop. So. So no, we're not jumping subjects.
I'm trying to stay on.
No, stop.
I'm trying to stay on task over here.
Screw that. I got that under control.
I'm trying to stay on task, and you're not even.
This is important.
Listening.
So Paula is not as rounded with her music selections either, whereas I'm very open to all music. I like everything. If you want, like, I'll put on some NSYNC.
I'm not well-rounded.
You aren't as well-rounded as me. You won't listen to anything country just knowing it's country.
I don't.
You
like
won't even
country
give it a
music.
shot. You won't even listen
That's
to a
not
song.
true.
No, only if it's on Top 40 radio. Other than that, you will not listen to a country song.
Because I like folk music.
Okay.
But I just don't like.
Anyways.
Country music.
No, you're very picky about music. Very. Very picky. You'll like switch a song and I'm like, why'd you change it? I like that song. And like, you'll be the only one who hates that song and you switched it. And all of the rest of us in the car are like, we like that song. That happens all the time.
Whatever. You guys just have bad taste.
We like more than you. You just have selective taste. It's
Whatever.
True. It's true.
Whatever.
But no, I would, yeah, it's all good to me.
He knew right away, AC/DC, right?
Are you a Highlander? No, like, so for me, so it's also how my mood is. Like, if I'm feeling kind of down, like no energy, I'm just like blah. If I go and put on music from like high school era, it picks me up no matter what. Like my favorite stuff from when I was in high school. Like if I were to put System of a Down in, I'll be happy. Or, you know, Slipknot or Stained or hell, even some like country music or boy bands. Like that stuff can totally pick me up. I'm big into like music for me. Like that was a big part of growing up for me. And now even like my music taste right now, I'm really into Shinedown like a ton. I've always liked them, but I really like them right now. I like Avenged Sevenfold. I would say 5-10 years ago, they were probably one of my favorite bands, you know? But like the other thing with it is I associate music probably with certain memories, I think sometimes. And so sometimes putting on that music to think about those memories is all the, you know.
Freddie Mercury? Awesome. What do you mean, Victor? I'm not being a good sweatshop worker.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm doing a great job over here.
All right, so cute puppy walks up to the party.
I'm adding gold highlights to our dragon so that it just like...
And then teleports.
I don't know if you guys can see that on camera.
Behind the party. A cute puppy happily runs up to the party and then teleports behind the party. All right, so 73. So we've done that now. We've done the mimic. We've done the hallucinogenic wine. A wrecked pirate ship is found
in a cave?
In an empty cavern.
In a cave.
Yeah, so you might get high tides that maybe flow water in or something. Like, who knows? There could be a lot of different things you could come up with. Could have teleported here, could have whatever. It's basically like the Goonies, okay? Where they find the pirate ship.
I saw the movie like one time, so
that's like the best part.
I don't even.
That's like the climax of the whole movie.
I didn't really.
Hey, you guys!
And
Sloth goes flinging down the rope.
I didn't really watch that movie very much.
Baby Ruth, Baby Ruth.
No,
He gets excited.
I don't know.
Football Aber2.
See, except Paula never see the Goonies. See? It's not... I don't know. I guess that's not what I watched growing up. I don't even know when that came out.
She watched
When did
things
that
like
come out?
Murder, She Wrote, and soap operas.
Okay, you know what? Freaking Murder, She Wrote is great.
No,
okay?
it's not. No, it's not.
Awesome.
No, I don't like any of that
And
crap.
Matlock was fantastic.
D100 Cavern Encounters. Melkier. That's what we're doing tonight. We're on number 74. Maybe Puppy just begins following the party to become another member of the party. Could. Dragon Age, the video game, you can have a dog in your... A Mabari Warhound.
Oh yeah, that thing was so cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was your pet if you started off as a human.
Oh yeah. I didn't though. So.
Actually, no, I think you can get it anyway.
Yeah, you get it regardless.
Right.
I got it.
Either way, it becomes your pet from, like, the part where you become a warden. Walker, Texas Ranger. No. Hell no. Garbage.
Who said Walker, Texas Ranger?
Tyler again.
No. No.
Paula didn't... So, here's the thing. Paula's parents are much older, and she had siblings that were, like, 10 years older, like, 7 of them. Like, but there's a huge 10-year gap. Right? 7, right? 7 siblings?
I have 5 brothers
5.
and sisters.
See, I don't even know. I get
You're just like making people
I
up.
do.
You don't even know who's in my family.
I do, but I
What
like
are you
to think.
talking about?
I never thought about the number. I'm always.
Come on.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
Anyways, she's got a bunch of brothers. 2 of them we haven't seen since your wedding.
We just
There's-
saw them the other day on the Zoom call.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, but I talk about my sister all the time.
Okay. So, anyways,
She comments on
I've
your
at least
Facebook
met. I know.
stuff
I've at least
all
met
the
her
time.
twice in person. Your other brother, though, I've only met once ever.
Yeah, Robert.
Yeah.
Okay, that
No,
one's
twice. No, it was once.
no twice.
Was it twice? Okay, maybe it was twice. Yeah. But anyways, that doesn't matter. So anyways, her parents, though, did not... They were very... Like, she was super sheltered, super churchy. Like...
We didn't
All
watch
that
Walker, Texas Ranger, but...
Yeah, but you weren't allowed... Your parents were always on the TV. You weren't allowed on the TV
No,
almost.
I watched stuff. I just watched, like, Hercules and Xena and...
With your 30 minutes of TV time a day.
Hercules and Xena. That's what I watched. I don't know. I didn't watch
Which
a lot
I
of
watched
stuff.
those too.
I watched, like...
If you want pop culture references, Paula is not the one to ever ask.
Oh, I got nothing.
And some of her siblings are even worse on that.
Zero.
We played a game that was all pop culture stuff last year at Christmas, and I was killing it. Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm in a room with, like, a lawyer, like, a HR executive, like, really smart people. I'm not smart. And I'm sitting there, and they thought this game was going to be, like, right up their alley. And I was just like, nope, this is me right here. And I almost clean swept it.
Floor with everybody.
Yeah, even
It
sports
was
questions
bad.
I was doing well on. There were a couple that I had no idea when it was like, what president? Blah, blah, like, no, I don't know. But pop culture
That's
stuff,
where
I'm all
my
over.
family shines.
Yeah, history.
What
book
president
stuff.
was the one who issued executive order
Yeah.
number whatever?
Yeah, that's all her family. Or which president did this and blah, blah, blah. You know, stuff like that. Hey, thank you, Aber2, for the donation. I appreciate that. What is our favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
That's a tough one.
That is a little bit harder.
Whatever movie it is, we have to incorporate it into this table now.
I mean, I could...
Paula likes the bad boys. Actually, Paula does have a type, and it just so happens that it's an IT guy, and that's just so happens what she thought I was in the day. She learned later that's not what I was. She was impressed by my fancy work title. Documentation specialist.
Look,
I work on a
okay.
computer making instructions on how to build circuit boards. Oh my gosh, you're just
Favorite
like all my other
movie?
exes.
Wait, you just said, bet she says Top Gun? No, I was
No.
going to say...
I like Top Gun.
So I don't think I've ever seen Top Gun. The
Oh,
Princess
yes.
Bride.
You've never seen
I've
Top
never
Gun?
seen Top Gun.
All right, what's your favorite movie?
So I would say, what do you think it's gonna be?
What do I think yours is going to be? Hunger Games. The first one.
Oh, so that was I was thinking that it's either that or it's gonna be like
It's a mystery.
The Lord of the Rings.
Is that no? That's not your favorite anymore. That
That's-
was your favorite.
That's a great movie, though.
Was your favorite like 20 years ago? Not anymore. That is not your favorite. Whenever we bring it up, you're like, yeah, we can watch it, but you're not like, yeah, let's watch that.
Well,
You know?
it's hard to watch during the day with the kids. Like, I want to actually watch the movie.
Okay.
So it's probably something like that.
Okay. Lord of the Rings, huh? Like, if you had to choose a specific one of those.
A specific one?
Yeah,
The Fellowship. It's always The Fellowship.
that's the first one.
It's
right?
always The Fellowship. Yeah, it's always going to be The
Gotcha.
Fellowship.
Okay.
Right?
I
Don't you
know.
think?
I don't know if that's the best Lord of the Rings movie. I mean, I really liked it was the second one that had the battle, right? Where they Gandalf came down with the light and everything. Was that the second one?
No, that's the third one.
That's the start of the third one?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's the best. The third
Fifth
Lord of the
Element,
Rings.
I have not really seen that. V for Vendetta is also
You know what?
good.
Because I'm in the mood, Rogue One. Star Wars Rogue One is probably my favorite movie right now.
Oh,
Right now, right this moment. If I had to pick
Star
one.
Wars is good.
But Rogue One is my
There's
favorite.
a lot of opportunity in Star Wars to list those ones.
I really like Rogue One. Like, that doesn't
What
even have to be a
about
Star
while
Wars
you
movie.
were sleeping?
Paula
What
doesn't
is
watch
that?
chick
Oh,
flicks. I'm a
oh,
chick flick guy.
Yeah, no. I don't do really like romance movies.
I love
or
romantic comedies.
comedy. Like, so we watched A Bad Mom's Christmas the other day. I could do that.
Which was basically the same tone.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's so funny, and there's so many good people in it that it's fine. You know, but I don't really watch. I don't really watch romance movies a lot. So
Right.
nope, I'm more of a like action, adventure, fantasy, or psychological thrillers. I like those too. Anything with dystopian reality.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's all you.
That's right up my alley.
We would definitely paint Lord of the Rings miniatures. We don't have any. I mean, we have.
So the only bad thing that would come from potentially painting Lord of the Rings miniatures is that you would want them all to be the same as what's in the movie, and I don't ever want to paint anything just
Not necessarily. No, it would be the same way that I like these miniatures painted. Browns, more realistic colors for what they do.
brown and gray.
Green, blue, Blade Runner was good. Not Total Recall. Well, Predator, the first one was really good too. I liked that a lot. Oh no! If you want some cheesy movies that I love, No Holds Barred was great when I was a kid. Loved that movie. And then, I just had another one. Killer Clowns from Outer Space was one of my favorites as a kid. What did I say? Oh, I said Predator. Oh, I lost my train of... I really like the Matrix movies, too.
Oh, those were pretty good.
Yeah, when those for me and Lord of the Rings, when they were first day in the theaters, I had to see those.
Oh, I saw all
I took my sister to see
the
them.
Lord of the Rings movies on opening day or whatever, and stood in line and.
So I'm one of the idiots who didn't know what Lord of the Rings was before the movies. In fact, I didn't even know the first one was coming out until my friend Brian asked me Brian Young.
Oh, really?
Said, do you want to go see this on opening night? It looks great. And I was like, oh, sure. And I brought a girl I was dating at the time. And I think we went as a big group. Yeah. And then, because that was what, in 2000, or not 2000, 90, no, it was 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2000.
Yeah, because I was a sophomore. So maybe I didn't bring a girl. No, I just went with Brian and someone else. That's what it was, us guys. We went and saw that, and I was hooked. And then I found out it was like in a book because Brian had read it. Because Brian was the nerd of the group, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Never read the books, obviously, but I started like looking stuff up, you know, like talking to people, finding out more, and then I was obsessed with the movies. Still am. I really like those movies. Oh,
dude,
you know what? If I had to choose an actual favorite, it's probably Walk Hard, or Step Brothers.
Oh my gosh,
those two are great. I Love You, Man.
In
awesome
my
movies.
family, like you became old enough to, you know, read the Lord of the Rings, and my brother bought me the entire series because I was finally old enough to read them before the movies came out. So I had read them when I found out that they were making it into and then I found out they were making it into a movie.
Dwayne says blue isn't a realistic color. I agree, it's not, but I meant like from a standpoint of based on what your class is, right? So like, and I'm thinking like high fantasy.
He's saying that because it's not the easiest color to dye.
I know what he's saying.
So I mean,
I'm saying
blue is not terrible.
Yeah.
It'd be purple.
I'm not saying from a historical perspective. I'm saying realistic from a, hey, this is a fantasy world where we shoot fire out of our fingers and we want to be a little more stealthy. Or, you know, you just don't want to stand out from the crowd, I guess, because then you're going to get the attention and die. The spellcaster's going to shoot you if you stand out. You know? I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I don't think I paint a lot of stuff with realistic colors. See, that's the problem.
No Harry Potter. We don't have Star Wars miniatures, but I'm really getting into the Fantasy Flight Star Wars lately, and I have been considering eventually getting some Star Wars miniatures.
That would actually be kind of fun to paint some Star Wars miniatures.
I don't know of any unpainted ones. That's the thing. Like,
you'd have to paint them. You'd
have to get them painted and paint over it.
Yeah, that might be okay.
Yeah. We're not good at sealing and finishing them in the first place, and I'm usually fine with pre-painted miniatures. Like, I know they're not as detailed, but they serve the purpose and they work, right?
Oh.
Like, to me, they're fine. They're good enough.
I mean, they're fine, but they're just not exciting.
Correct. I agree with that.
It's not as exciting that way.
I agree. We do have some, like, futuristic miniatures, though, that are bones, Reaper bones, that have, like, guns and stuff like that. We just haven't painted any of those yet.
Okay, so we're getting way off with this. What number are we on?
So hang on.
70?
I want to incorporate something.
70?
We're on 74. I want to incorporate the movie thing into this, though. So your favorite, you said, was Lord of the Rings. So when you say that, what is the first thing you think of when you think of a cavern encounter? Because there's a lot of them in there.
Well, you could go with, like, a spider.
Okay, but, like, you want to do, like, the one towards the end where they have the light, like, keeps it away or something? Or are you thinking something else? I can't think of another spider in there.
What?
I only can remember one spider attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was only one. It was just, like, the spider.
Okay. A giant spider.
And technically, I believe
has
that's
a weakness to magical light.
I believe that scene where a lot of the cave encounter actually with the spider is in. So it's in the Two Towers movie,
but it wasn't
it's in
that
the
late.
Fellowship book.
Gotcha.
Or it starts in the Fellowship book, actually.
Gotcha.
I believe. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, Melchior. Sorry, Melchior. We got sidetracked. What'd you say? Can you just post it again so I don't have to scroll up?
What?
He said we haven't read his encounter above.
Oh, just scroll up. Scroll up.
Yeah, but once people type, it moves. Dude, I don't see
A little bit farther. Everyone still in the tunnel has to make a DC 18 dex check for half damage. Full damage is 86 slashing damage.
No.
There's something about a bubble.
Hang on, stop.
The party encounters a passage containing
You're supposed to paint.
hundreds of large black rocky spheres. Oh, okay. You could do that. Black rocky spheres.
I don't want to put in
In
DCs
a
or anything
passage?
because I would like to leave
Yeah,
that
so
to the
it's
DM.
system neutral. So, but you could do the black sticky spheres. Oh, like in the Incredibles movie. Speaking of movies.
Party encounter.
You know what I mean? Where when Mr. Incredible gets
So like a trap is what we're saying?
captured, he's like bound by those black spheres. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I didn't like that in that movie either. The black like
Those
magnetic
were like
things or whatever the hell they are.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's just saying like black spheres. You could make them have magnetic
Oh, I thought he said
properties.
spears. I was so confused.
Spheres.
Yeah.
You could have them have magnetic properties. I don't know.
The party
Not sure about the exploding part.
passes through a corridor where magical black orbs
Are scattered everywhere?
sticking to the walls.
Oh, guys, you gotta tell me if I'm...
There, sticking to the walls. There you go. Just paint where you like. I fixed it. I moved it up.
Oh, okay.
So now you can just paint where you want instead of having to worry about it all the time.
Sorry.
All right. Where magical black orbs are sticking to the walls. All right. Did that.
Okay, now you gotta go all the way back down.
Bubble bangs. See, but now I missed a bunch of crap. I'm not doing that next time. All right. Here we go. Polly, you focus. I'll read.
Okay.
That's my job. I've heard decent things about Space-style tabletop RPG, Star Wars themed. Yes, it's so good. I played it last year with Paul, who was here earlier, I believe, and he might run it again in like a year or two when, COVID lets up. But I, for some reason, The Mandalorian always makes me want to play, and so now that the new season started, I'm just really itching to get really into that.
That really is a great show, though.
Don't you feel like playing a Star Wars game after that, though?
Yeah, I've always liked Star Wars. I wasn't a Star Wars hater when I was growing up.
Oh, whatever. A sword that is stuck in a large web. Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one.
I do. That is a great one. A beautifully crafted sword is stuck high up in a web. I love it. You enter a cavern and it is actually an underground movie theater. You walk into a cavern containing a small pond. In the pond, you see yourself looking in a pond. Didn't we do that something similar not too long ago? It was the mirror caves. We could do something like that. A river. You walk into a room and see a river passes through. If the party looks into it, they see themselves looking back. Could just be the reflection.
They see themselves looking into the pond.
Into the river.
Yeah.
Okay. Bubble bangs, party encounter passage containing... Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks. You just posted it again. See, yeah, next time we just ask that. We're good. Victor says, a modern-day working flashlight laying on the floor. I don't want that. I could say a source of light is found laying on the floor. That could be a lantern. It'd be weird if you walk into an empty room and there's just a torch laying on the floor. You don't think? Could mean someone was snatched from right there.
Well, so in that case,
could be a lot of things.
You could say like a lantern. I feel like, because a lantern has a lot of flexibility for like time periods. You
yeah,
know?
but I mean, or it could be a drift globe. Like I like the idea of leaving it completely open, or saying in the center of the room is a source of light and putting in parentheses a lantern, a torch, or some other source.
A lantern, torch, flashlight.
Yeah. Center of a room.
That's fine, I guess.
Is a source of light.
Still illuminated? I don't know.
Yes. Lantern, torch, flashlight, etc. Still illuminated. Illuminati confirmed. I don't know. I just want to say that.
Yeah, man, I don't know either.
The last thing you remember is walking into a cavern. You woke up on the other side of it, filled with the taste of cheap alcohol, shame, and confusion.
Perfect. Let's do it.
I'm just going to say alcohol, shame, and confusion. Melchior, they don't have to be magical. They can just be volcanic bubbles with pressurized gas inside. Ooh, that sounds worse. What is your favorite food? Thai food for Paula. Am I right?
Well, that would be like a category of food.
Right, but is your favorite Thai?
Yes.
So there you go. I don't know what the hell you eat from Thai places. We don't eat Thai because I don't like Thai.
And I never get to
but
eat it.
I always tell you, go ahead and eat what you want. I'll go to McDonald's. It'll be good.
I also really like Indian food too.
Hey,
Oh,
I've went with you to get Indian food before. It was fine at a buffet because you can pick the stuff you like and avoid the stuff you don't. Ooh, Victor, you're really good at this, man. The sound of 3 people talking about the king's unjust laws.
The same Victor who didn't check his email?
Yes, but he's good at making tables.
Well, he probably would have been good at saving my life too, but we'll never know because he didn't check his email, I guess.
So a few people
It's
are
fine,
overheard
there's
talking
no hard
about the person
feelings
in
or
power's unjust
Human
rules.
souls is my favorite food. Nice.
What's my favorite food, Paula? What do you think?
What is your favorite food? Oh, you got that smug look on your face.
I feel like it's probably pretty easy.
I mean, it's gonna be pizza.
If I had to choose something that's all, yeah. If I had to be specific, like if I had to choose one thing, like my last meal,
Dish.
what would be my last meal? It wouldn't be pizza.
I mean, probably not.
Like pizza for me isn't much of a meal. It's more of a like let's devour. Like I don't know. Like let's throw down.
Like a hamburger?
No, probably not.
You would choose.
There's 2 things.
Chocolate brownie sundae.
Hell no, I wouldn't.
I don't
That's
know.
good, but no. I would probably choose the steak hibachi from Ichiban.
That was like
fried
super
rice.
specific.
I know. That's probably my favorite tasting food. Of everything. You know? I don't know.
That's your favorite dish.
I think that might be my
Steak
favorite.
hibachi
If I had like this stuff is hard for me because I don't ever think about
from
this.
Ichiban.
I don't ever think about this because this is something like Lily would ask me and I would just shrug it off and be like, "Don't worry about it." Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. No maple bacon. No, not at all. I like regular bacon, but
he doesn't.
But I'm not like a oh my god, bacon is life person. I love burgers. I love pizza.
Well, yeah, you probably wouldn't last very long if bacon was your life.
I love ice cream. Like, really? Those 3 things right there. Boom. Pizza, burgers, ice cream.
Yeah, see? I was like...
The 3 main food groups. The 3 major food groups. You got dairy with ice cream. You got your protein with your burgers. You got your carbs with your pizza. There you go. You're all set. That's everything you need in life. All
and right. You've got your heart attack.
And diabetes. Okay.
Enjoy.
So I wrote, a few people are overheard talking about the person in power's unjust rules. Tyler, you walk down a corridor that leads to a door with a brass knocker. It appears to be unlocked and leads to a seemingly naturally lit cottage. The table of which is appropriately set, and you smell cookies. No. I want to keep it in a cavern. I like that for a wilderness thing, like a forest one, though. Bacon burgers are great. Bacon on pizza is great. I've never had bacon ice cream. I had one opportunity where I could have bought it. I saw it. It was right there where Paula went to like some cheese thing.
I'm about to blow your mind for a second. I've never had bacon on a hamburger. I have never had bacon on a pizza.
It's because you're a vegetarian.
And
you're
I
a
have
sick
never
person.
had bacon ice cream.
So
I've only ever had bacon by
you
itself.
You need to try it on
like
a burger.
BLTs.
You need a pig, a fresh cut pig into bacon.
I'm not cut pig.
And
you just said a fresh cut pig.
I want you to have the best experience when you try meat again, because you will never go back to being a vegetarian. Never.
It's not gonna work though.
It would though. It would be so good.
You would have to convince me in the first place.
I just did. I told you you'll
did.
never go back to vegetarian again. And smoked. So okay, the old Red Lobster fish in a bag is one of my favorite things as well. I loved it. I'm so hungry now. Thanks, guys. You do this to me all the time. Blues, pop, rock, country, hip hop.
Blues and rock out of those.
Rock and pop for me. See, I can't. I like it all. So, I can't.
You enter a cavern full of identically clothed people, and they all turn and call out a specific party member and exclaim, "Our leader has returned!"
LBJ has his fantasies. Like, this is just like what he just did in the game the other day.
I want you to know.
I loved it, though.
That on my new character, I spent my last few gold pieces on wine for my Beckme character. I have multiple wineskins full of wine. It's a tribute.
Our leader
How come
has
appearances
returned.
can be deceiving?
I love that. That is so good. No meat will ever taste better than spending years enjoying your grandchildren growing up.
Oh, look at that. See?
That's true, Dwayne. I'll give you that. But just because you're a vegetarian doesn't mean you're going to outlive a non-vegetarian.
No, but like statistically, you're likely to live longer.
I know. But there's other factors into that too. Aren't they typically smarter too? So they're making other good life decisions and they're actually health conscious. Like, it's not necessarily just because of diet.
I mean, they tend to eat a more balanced diet.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the sole thing. I think they also just take better care of their bodies.
Well, so there's also a lot of
like exercise and
there's also as much as like, so Americans are very concerned with like protein intake.
Yeah, we all know that's
the reality is that most Americans are deficient in like fiber.
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, which vegetarians
That's 'cause of processed
are
food.
not.
Right.
Guys, these eyes are so tiny.
No meat will ever taste... Oh, yeah, I already read that. Okay, here's an
It's not
idea.
the right
A group
brush.
of rings that allows the wearers to speak... Oh, so like telepathically. Yeah, I think there's an item that does that. But I like that. What about circlets instead? A set of circlets or bracelets or
This brush is messed up.
a set of amulets. I like that better.
My smallest brush is messed up, and it's totally... I'm going to screw these eyes up so many times.
Ooh. I got a better idea. A pair of helmets with a gem that glows when they speak telepathically to each other. This
Okay.
this is not magic, but it is psionic. So in other words, detect magic wouldn't sense it. Stopping magic wouldn't, a spell that would stop magic wouldn't do it. I like it.
Oh, you think so?
Why not? I guess
don't
it
know,
might
man.
still stop it.
I'm just asking questions.
You know what? I'm just going to get rid of that. It doesn't matter. Boom. All right. There's 82. We're on 83.
This is supposed to be stone, I think. I made it grass. I don't know what I was thinking.
If I could guarantee I'd live 10 years longer, but I'd have to give up beef, would you? Yeah, I would. Fiber always does it for me the next day. So I don't have a gallbladder, so fiber does it for me the same day. We were talking about that earlier. Veggie stir fries. Woo, Paula loves those.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne says, I'd call them ear rings. I stepped out of the room to get dinner. What is it that we're trying to do? So I have a D100 Cavern encounter table that I'm making, and we're on number 83. But it doesn't have to necessarily be like an encounter. It could be something to spur an encounter, like a.
It could be anything from, like, you open the door and this is what you see, to,
Yes.
like,
Here's a monster. Here's a smell. Here's a whatever.
Yeah, we've got, like, hydras.
Traps.
And, oh, yeah.
We got traps. I kind of like the idea of a squeeze trap of some sort. What was your favorite video game? Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy VII. Favorite video game of all time. Probably more nostalgia now. I've went through and played it again with my kids, but haven't quite beat it with them yet. But, yeah. In recent years...
The game that I have loved the most in my life, and the only game that I played like a crazy person back to back to back constantly for multiple years, was Civilization 2.
Those were good games. They still make those.
Do they really?
Or the Total War games were good too. I think I had like, which one did I have?
I played that for so long, and I would
always
we
create
would-
my own stuff, like simulators. Be like, all right, they got Genghis Khan and they've got Joan of Arc, and this group's got this and this. Who's gonna win? And just let them go.
So my parents would go on vacation, and I would have to go stay with my brother because he's much older than I am. Like, he's like 13 years older than I am.
Right.
Right, when I was in like high school and stuff. And so we would disassemble our computer, and I would take it over to his house, and we would hook the computers up, and we would play against each other while they were gone on vacay. It was great.
Yeah. I grew up playing tons of video games, but yeah, it was definitely Final Fantasy VII is the one that I typically say right off the bat. But I remember really liking Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I remember, obviously Ocarina of Time. I never beat that game.
Dragon Age is great.
Dragon Age has been
really
good in recent years. Skyrim I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us beat
Baldur's
Skyrim.
Gate. I played Baldur's Gate when it was like on PC. So
Me too.
it was pretty
1 and 2.
good at that time.
Right.
Too.
But yeah, and then obviously I like sports games and wrestling games too.
And I do not, so...
There's a wrestling simulator
Where's that?
I love. They actually just came out with a new one this past year. I have it, but I don't play it often. And it's Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. But it's all text-based.
Total Extreme Wrestling.
Yup, TEW 2020.
It sounds like one of those, like, Terra Terminator.
Oh, no. A magic door impedes progress. There is no visible handle or keyhole, but the door is immovable and invulnerable. Ooh. A door stops progress. I don't know, because then it's just a dead end, basically. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I kind of like the idea of there are...
Why can't like a passageway act as a magic portal and transport you
to a random room in the dungeon?
Oh, to another room is a good one. I was gonna say to like an outdoor space for an hour or something.
No, because then it becomes wilderness rather than cavern. I don't want to do that.
So to another room, you could do that. To a random
passageway is actually a portal to a random room inside of this cavern complex. Each party member, I've done this in games.
Is in a different room.
Has to roll to determine which room.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I did that. It's just nobody touched the stone that was glowing and, made them feel compelled to touch it. They all made their saves. Oh well. Oh, I love that, Tyler. As you enter the next cavern, it seems empty, save for a slight shimmer on the opposite wall. Then the wall swings towards you like a tidal wave as a swarm of countless roaches rushes you.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I just messed up her eye. Just like I said I was gonna mess up her eye. Why do I keep doing eyes last? I just, I can't learn my lesson.
So I have, you enter a cavern that seems empty, except for a shimmer, floor to ceiling on the opposite wall. When you get close, it rushes at you like a tidal wave. It is I'm not even going to say what it is. I'm just going to say a swarm of ... Boom. I like that. If any party member expresses a desire to pass the door or open it, the door speaks, saying they have to answer a riddle in order to pass. Oh, I suck at riddles, though. I'll just use...
Yes.
I'm just going to use... Wally DM's Diary of Puzzle Encounters for that. Or I'm sorry, Wally DM's Journal of Puzzle Encounters for that. It's 88 pages of puzzles, and I fully plan on using that every time I want to use a puzzle. I'll never finish all those puzzles, so it works perfect. I might buy another book down the line like that too, because that's just my cup of tea. You find a pool that bulges up in the middle, reminding you of an enormous eyeball. In fact, it's white around the edges, then blue with a black middle. Oh!
That's great. Do it.
I do like that.
Do it. I like that one.
Enormous eyeball. In fact, so I am going to change this a little. In fact, this appears like an eyeball. Of a ... Leaving that one open again. Because, not all eyes are like that. Like, if you look at certain creatures, sometimes they have that, like, yellow with the black slit or whatever. The only correct answer is there's no such thing as half a hole. You can have a hole, which is half the size you want it to be, but it's still not half a hole.
That's good. Okay.
It is. But no, I'm not doing it.
That's clever. He hates riddles. He doesn't like puzzles.
I love riddles. I'm not someone who can figure them out typically, or I'll figure it out and someone will tell me I'm stupid, and so they won't use my idea, and it just happens to be the damn answer. But because they, went to a really good college and got a degree and stuff, everyone's going to listen to them over me anyway. So, screw those puzzles.
Tell me how you really feel about it.
I did. What was your first miniature that you painted, Paula? Do you remember which one it was? Was it the gnome with the blue hair that's still not finished to this day?
Shh. It for sure was the gnome.
Is she on the table?
With the blue hair.
So this was like 5 years ago. No, 6 years ago. I'll get it. Because I'll find it first.
I'm right here.
Are you going to be able to find it?
Right here.
Is it?
Because it's with the unfinished miniatures. It's a whole box.
Did you find it yet?
No, it's not in here.
I told you.
I don't know where it is.
Back up.
There's some cool ones in here, though.
It's after 10, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, well, we should think about it. I feel like I'm getting close. It's in with stuff that needs to be, like, sealed. Yeah. It's gotta be.
I mean, it should be, but that doesn't mean it is.
Because I took it back out.
You took it out, which is why I looked at the table. No. Not up in there.
You don't see it? What'd you do with it? You lost it? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying you never finished it, so you didn't care that much anyway.
I'm upset. I'm offended.
You might want to be offended at your son, because he's probably the one that was playing with it. It's got to be up here.
It's not up here.
It has to be.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know. We lost it. It's all gone, and it's all your fault.
It's not. It's not
It's
gone.
all your fault.
I don't know, but after that, I think was this one.
Yeah, I think that was one of your first two.
This guy was like second. He's so
He's
shiny.
done though. Why is he on the table?
I don't know.
See, I think your son's been playing again. All right, so I'm gonna save this as it is right now.
So I don't know that he's that great though. Like he could use a little bit of help.
My first miniature was a rock or a stone golem, and then a beholder, and they both sucked.
And then
I put the paint on
painted,
too thick, I think, and it
you
just
know what
wasn't.
I painted after this? Was I painted
My
that
barbarian.
minotaur?
No, it's my barbarian.
Oh yeah, and the barbarian. Where are they?
They're put away somewhere.
The barbarian's not out here either. See?
Yeah, that's finished though. You actually sealed those.
Well, so here's
So the sealed ones shouldn't be up there.
This guy.
What looks like a common goat? Yeah, I have no idea. A rune is written on the cave wall. All right, here we go.
This was the next guy I made. So he started to look a little bit better. He actually got a seal on him though. He's a little questionable, but
Oh, I don't want to do time travel though. A rune is on a cave wall. If anyone looks at the whole party, yeah, I don't know. I do like the rune is on the cave wall. So now what's the rune do? If anyone is evil, their eyes turn blood red.
Yeah, that's the only effect.
Yeah, I think that's good. If riddles are a problem, ask your players if any of them has one. No, usually as a player, I don't like riddles. As a GM, I love stuff like that. I'll always Google stuff and try to put it in there, but I don't do it like very often. I try to use puzzles sparingly. But if I do, I usually go with a riddle. What was the best painted miniature? I think my lizards or snakes look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my best ones. I'm not a good miniature painter. That's why I'm not painting. Paula, what is the one that you think is your best?
Maybe Cthulhu? I feel like the Cthulhu turned out really good.
Yeah, you think that's your best?
I don't know. What do you think?
Not that, probably. I think one of your best... the bone one's good.
The Bone Dragon?
Yeah, we're not pulling that down. It's... No. Paula, what are you doing?
I'm not pulling it down.
Oh, by the way, yeah, Cthulhu fell apart. And I couldn't get him
Yeah.
to stand upright. We need to glue him.
We need to glue...
Your best, in my opinion, is probably one of the small ones you've done. I like the witch you did for the Pathfinder Iconic.
This is Cthulhu. Can you see Cthulhu?
We have pictures up on Instagram and stuff.
Cthulhu's kind of cool.
If I ever finish my thing that I wanted to do for... I told you, it just needs to get glued. You can't keep it together anymore.
Now it's in the middle of the table.
Right. The more stuff is handled, the more the paint comes off, too. Dropping stuff.
The witch?
Yeah.
The witch one? What witch one are you talking about?
You were using her as like a druid or something. She's got like sticks in her hair. You painted it around the same time as all that stuff. It's sealed. Look, I'll show you on the screen. Here, it's this one. It's not in any of those. It's done. That's what I told you.
Oh.
That. It's that pose and everything. Because you ended up painting her like the colors of the Iconic also.
Like on purpose?
Because I asked you to.
Oh, you gave me a color scheme and I followed through?
Yeah, but I don't think I said like, oh, this is what she looks like with this one. Instead I just said, you should do it like this. And you were more likely to do it like that. That's why it got done that way. I've done that with like another one too at one point.
This one?
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's a cool miniature. I mean, it might not be the best technically, but it's, I think, my favorite.
This guy's kind of cool.
Yeah, but he's not done yet.
So he's almost done.
So the question is, what was your
so
best painted
close.
miniature? That's not done. So, okay, so I added to the one, and I said, a rune is on a cave wall. If anyone is evil, their eyes turn blood red. If anyone is good, their hair turns pure white. It's an alignment detector. So it's after 10. It's almost a quarter after. We typically like to wrap up at 10.
Yeah, we probably should
So,
think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
do you
know,
want to
I was
wrap up
trying
now?
to get her finished. I thought I was going to get her finished.
I won't be done with this. So this is going to have to get finished next week. Now.
Okay. All right, yeah, we should probably.
All right. And the worst miniature? Oh, too many to name. My first ones were my worst.
What's the worst one?
That's your worst.
Well,
Yeah, but that's
I don't
not
know.
your
His
worst.
face looks super.
Yeah, but that's because of the sculpt. That's not because of your
the
paint.
face looks really messed up because of the skull.
That's not your worst.
What's the worst one?
Probably the girl with 2 swords that's broken now that I gotta throw away.
Somebody dinged this one up.
Yeah, because the kids come out here and play, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have some that I don't really super love. But they're usually just because, like, they're not very interesting. Like, this guy, not in love with him. He necessarily doesn't look bad, I guess. But
He looks good.
he's not super interesting to me, this guy. I don't like him.
I like
Looks
him.
like whatever.
He's perfect for our Tomb of Annihilation game.
This guy.
That was mine.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was, like, I picked it up and I
You
was
thought
really
you painted
worried.
that?
Well, I was kind of like, did I just not finish him and feel uninspired?
You were
or
going to
what?
finish him for me, is what you said, and you never
Oh,
touched it.
okay. So I could finish him next time. I could finish her next time. I can fix him.
You were going to fix him because he was so muddy and ugly.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like I already started a little bit, but...
Maybe. I don't know. All right, guys. So we're going to hop off. It was fun. I had a good time. We're almost done. I think we'll finish that table next Wednesday. And she'll
Oh, that
obviously
guy.
finish a couple more
A
miniatures.
little rough.
No, that's a good one.
Okay.
They're just not your favorites because they're boring colors. Anyways.
So, what are you
Anyways,
trying
guys.
to say?
Nothing. Tomorrow we'll be back with Pulp Cthulhu Episode 1. BN Drake will be the GM for that game.
It's
Paula's
gonna
not in that.
be great. Why do you say it like
Friday,
that? I just need,
'cause-
you know.
Friday we have Pathfinder 2nd Edition Fall of Plaguestone. That's awesome so far. Has a crazy twist to end the session. And so that'll be cool. You're going to have to go watch Episode 1 if you want to catch up on that. It's worth it. And then Saturday is like Episode 14 or 15 of our Descent into Avernus game.
Yeah, and
With
we
a new
have
player.
a surprise new player.
The surprise
I guess
is not...
it's not a surprise.
not a surprise, it's Bill
because
Allen.
we talked about it the other night.
Billy
but-
Allen is going to join us. So that'll be awesome. Love Bill. And I'm excited to see the character he brings. I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. You got to tune in and find out. But yeah, it was a good time. So with that, guys, this is Master of the Game. I'm Juice. This was Paula. Game on.